During Darts at the Narcs, hey folks, for this video I wanted to talk about the family narcissistic system, and I wanted to use my example to show how it is, and it may differ from person to person and so forth, but generally it's the same kind of theme. So basically it's like this. In my case, both my parents were not narcissistic. Again, I'll say were not. Now, the intermediate family around, I would say, was more antagonistic and so forth, not narcissistic. Like bullheaded people and so forth who are just stubborn and so forth. And that does not necessarily mean narcissism. But going forward with that, the problem was a few of my mom's friends. There was like 3 of them I can think of. And this is just one example, folks, that I'm actually talking about. One is still living, and the 2 have passed away, who were definitely in the lines of malignant narcissism. So basically how this works, like say in my situation, say for example, my parents and then their parents and grandparents and so forth go back hundreds of years, and obviously, black people, there were slaves back then and so forth, and they only had 2 things in common: themselves and Jesus and so forth. So what has happened is from generation to generation to generation, some of the same values have come down, and some of the stuff, like I will just give examples of. You can't cut people out. That's one thing. The groupthink mentality of the group, that's another. Go along to get along, that's another one. And then the other one too, which is revolving faith and religion, that's another one. But that one's optional. That one may be different for every person, but usually those 3 are the cornerstone, and then religion is the option. But it is controlled by one thing. Guess what that is? One word: deep-rooted shame. This is how they control you. This is what they do to control you and so forth if you go against them or try to leave the group and so forth. And they say, for shame this or for shame that and so forth. And of course, say if you're a little kid or so forth, obviously this is going to affect your brain and so forth when you're a child and so forth, but they still do this to the grown adults. So that's basically how it goes with the narcissistic family system and so forth. And it may differ with different ones, but from my experience, that is my story pretty much with what happened with me and so forth growing up. Real talk video. I hope you liked it. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.